things were so intense in my dreams that I woke up both exhausted and throughout the day not really knowing what was real.
My roommate said that she woke up to me screaming, "Shut the fuck up."
I never remember the dreams that I have.
I just start falling.
A view into the future? I think sometimes it is.
I think that dreams do have a power and a specific meaning. I'm not sure what.
Recently, I've been really grounded in my approach to life, and I think that has to do with the fact that I'm not having as many nightmares.
Something in a dream will be so funny that it will wake me up laughing or waking up crying.
I had a recurring dream that was like a multi-dimensional smoothness.
I would just fall, and then I would wake up in the middle of myself falling and jump myself to wake.
My bed gets closer, and I don't know how, but always I fell on my bed.
We were like in a car trying to get away from these guys, and like one of them shot the guy in the head that I was with.
I've like gone and rearranged my entire kitchen in the middle of the night.
Completely convinced that the zombie apocalypse had happened while I was sleeping, and not being able to move for an hour because I was afraid that if I made a sound or turned on a light to go use the bathroom, the zombies would see and they'd come to the house.
One moment they were fine, but then I looked back and like a car crashed into them while they were in the driveway, and I saw my mom's skull open and like she was just dead. And it's like I was trying to talk to her, but like she couldn't possibly respond, and that was horrifying.
I'm really close to my mother, and she's like my best friend, and like 3 years ago I had this awful dream that I stabbed her to death, and it was the worst dream I've ever had. I woke up crying and it was really traumatic.
When I was a kid, I used to have a reoccurring dream that there were monsters in my room, and it kept going for like over a month, so I tried to convince my mom to let me sleep somewhere else. However, being my mom, she just lied to me and convinced me that monsters were afraid of yellow. So she gave me a yellow wiffle ball bat to keep next to my bed, and that bat was in my room for about a year, but I stopped having that dream.
And then the voice said, "Tell us the secret of human life and we'll let you live another 30 seconds. And at that moment, I woke up because I realized the secret of human life is no matter how bad that 30 seconds was going to be, I still wanted.
I dreamt that I got seduced by the devil, who was a dance instructor, and then I woke up convinced that the devil was in my room, and I was terrified.
The two teenager shadow figures, they'll come to my window and like try to break into my room, and it's like quite scary actually, but I always wake up before it happens.
I was worried about everything, and once again I had insomnia because of stress, and I told my father, you know, this is horrible, this is terrible. He says, "Don't worry, when you're dead it won't mean anything."
It's your brain trying to figure out something that it's confused about, or trying to tell you something that is like buried within your subconscious that you're not really aware of.
I think this sort of like the garbage dump, and you know, your brain is trying to shift through different ideas when it's idle.
It's our unconscious telling us, you know, how to live our life consciously. You know, there's signs everywhere, even in our conscious lifestyle. There's signs on the street, there's signs everywhere. There's this path that we're on universally, and I think dreams are something that we can tap into.
I don't know, maybe stress levels have something to do with it?
I think if you want to look for a deeper meaning, like usually you find one.
We as humans are given these bodies as a shell to live our life, and that the answer is for us to be grounded to this life in our body, and the answer's not up there, it's right here.